What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video, we're going to be reviewing Resident Evil City of the Dead. Now, Resident Evil City of the Dead is a 1999 novelization of Resident Evil 2, written by H.D. Perry, and it focuses on the efforts of Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield, who are in Raccoon City, which has been overrun with zombies and BOWs. It's an interesting, great story. If you've played the game, you're definitely going to get that same vibe and experience from this book. But there are some nuances, a bit of changes here, but I don't think takes away from the overall experience. Let's go ahead and dive into it. First of all, I like to say this is actually a really good adaptation of a video game. It managed to capture some pretty key moments. It manages to capture the atmosphere, the horror, the suspense. It just in tone, the overall tone of Resident Evil is great in written form, and I think S.D. Perry does a great job of capturing that. That's what makes these books so enjoyable, because they do feel like they're written off of the characters themselves. Claire Redfield, she's actually strong, she's likable, she's compassionate. And you got Leon, he's smooth, level-headed, and cool, and I like that. And we get to see these characters, even though they're not around each other the majority of the story, they're able to kind of fend on their own, be resourceful, and keep themselves alive, essentially. And there's other characters as well. Ada Wong, mysterious. Love that back and forth relationship she has with Leon. Can you trust her? Can you not trust her? Then you got Sherry Birkin. Yeah, I like the little girl, and I'm glad that she actually was the heart that I felt that this book needs, and this whole world has just been thrown upside down. There are other characters, most who are actually antagonistic in human form as well as the monstrous form, including the towering Mr. X or the relentless William Birkin, that proved that that this monster, that this virus just went left, and that Umbrella are actually a bunch of dicks. I will say Hunk does not make an appearance in the book, which is sucks, because Hunk is probably my number one favorite character in Resident Evil, despite the fact that he doesn't have many appearances in the games. But having said that, I still think it's actually a good read. One of the cool things about it too is at the beginning of it, it starts with newspaper clippings detailing the events of the cannibal attacks and basically everything, how everything's been going downhill for Raccoon City, and initially it becomes safe, but then things start spiraling out of control once again. Now when the heroes finally get there, things are already out of whack. It's already done deal. Zombies are everywhere. Damn near everybody's dead. The world's crazy. But ultimately, it's the journey that makes it such a really fun read. And if you're not a fan, if you haven't played the games, I think this is a good way to segue you into the games. There will be more to the games than in the book, but it's a good way to segue yourself into it. And I think if you are a fan of the games, you'll appreciate how close this book sticks to that, despite the little changes that they do have. And another interesting thing is at the beginning of it, they set up what happens with the other characters, the survivors from the Umbrella conspiracy, the mansion, the Spencer mansion, Barry, Chris, um, Jill, the other guy, the one that was in the helicopter. They give you actually a plan what they were doing when when everything starts going to hell in Raccoon City. So that's actually pretty cool as well. But this is just a great read. This is definitely one of my favorites of the series. I think it does manage to just definitely hold on to what makes Resident Evil such a compelling and awesome book series. S.D. Perry, love reading a lot of her books, a lot of her works, a lot of adaptations, some of the tie-ins that she does, and I would say that this is definitely one of the best video game adapted novelizations that I have had the pleasure of checking out. Having said that, Resident Evil City of the Dead definitely deserves 4 out of 5. Definitely a good read for people that like Resident Evil. Definitely a good read for people that like reading like zombie books. Just ultimately an awesome read. Now, In the comment section below, let me know. Have you read City of the Dead? What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.